Hello, I'm Richard Hooper and this is Sat TV Week. Now I'm pleased to be joined by Terry Bleakley of Intelsat. Terry, thank you for joining me. We're out here at CommunicAsia at the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. What are Intelsat showcasing?
Good to see you, Richard. We're showcasing the theme of defying limits and eliminating boundaries. And to that theme, we'll be showing two really interesting products that we're putting forward to the market. The first is for media companies, and traditional media stays strong in the region, doing distribution for global media players like CCTV. NHK is still very big for us. Linear TV is still very big for us, but broadcasters are going through a difficult time. There's real operational complexity around what they're doing. They're needing to deliver on many different formats. And we've been speaking with broadcasters, and as they shift towards IP in the cloud, their biggest pain point is how they get content to the cloud and how they get content from the cloud. So based around that issue, we've been working with Degiro, and we released at NAB in April this year a new product called Iron Route. And that really solves the issue of getting to and from the cloud. And it does it by blending technologies. It blends public broadband with cellular and with satellite. So to give an example, if you've got content being originated and you're using mainly public internet to connect to the cloud and you have jitter or packet loss, immediately either cellular or satellite switches in to give you a reliable circuit. So it gives you that broadcast quality you need. So that's got to do really with the smart technology Degiro have brought in. Every 150 milliseconds, it's looking at that route and making sure the quality is good. So whenever there's a loss in cellular or a loss in public internet, then it will switch in satellite. So blending technology, Degiro service, and a very easy portal to move it around. We're demonstrating that live on the stand today, so we think there'll be a lot of interest around that. There was at NAB. And then in another area, we're showing Intelsat is very big around performance, economics and accessibility. And on the A for that, accessibility, we're talking about antenna technology. And we invested in a company called Kymeta. Bill Gates is the biggest investor in that company with a 51% share. And we have their 70 centimetre flat panel electronic steered antenna on the stand today. So it's an operational unit. It works with our Flex network, which is our global network for connectivity, and it's for our Flex on the move type customers. So it would be used for disaster recovery, for ambulances, for fire engines, for VIP vehicles, for connecting them, sitting on its roof, giving connectivity two ways wherever you are in the world.
This is all well and good, but what about investment? You know, all of these services, technologies and everything else, it's all down to your platform. So what are the investments in the platform?
So we're investing in Kymeta. We're the second largest shareholder in that company. In Asia, we see a lot of potential, and we continue to invest in assets in Asia. So if we look at what's happened since CommunicAsia of last year, we launched 2 satellites September the 25th of last year, which became operational in December and January. Those satellites are known as IS-38, and that provides direct home services for Sri Lanka for a company called Dialog. It's a long-term contract, so that supports that customer in this region. And the second satellite we launched was Horizons 3E, which is our second EPIC satellite for Asia Pacific. So that's our high throughput satellite. Now that's a 50-50 joint venture with Sky Perfect JSAT. And already we've had strong interest and commitment to that Horizons 3E asset, which became operational January this year. We've signed a large deal with the Indonesian government Bakti through our partner in Indonesia, Intelsat. That's for providing universal service obligation connectivity in Indonesia, for hospitals, for schools, for broadband access, and for improving mobile communications in that country. We've also signed 2 long-term commitments in Japan for extending their mobile phone networks to the 2 of the largest MNOs in Japan. One's a 4,000 site network, one's a 1,000 site network. So that new asset is not only being used in the developing world, but it's being used in the developed world. Indonesia on one example, Japan on the other example. We've got a further launch coming up this year, and that's IS-39. That will launch in Q3. So that's 3 assets that we're launching for this region within a 12-month period. IS-39 is our key customer on that is from Myanmar. It's the Myanmar Department of Transport and Communication, and they've taken a long-term commitment on that satellite for the life of the satellite, for again providing e-commerce, better connectivity in the Myanmar region.
So it's all about growth, it's all about revenues. How do you see the growth panning out in the Asia Pacific?
So I think we see growth. We've put assets to help support the growth we see, and it's across all of the verticals we support. If we look at media, we continue to see interest in linear TV. We continue to see interest from our regional customers who are trying to take their content throughout the world, whether it be CCTV, whether it be China radio, whether it be our Korean channels, whether it be Filipino channels. They want to reach more than their home country. And having a global network helps us support that. So linear TV remains strong for us. We see opportunities with DTH. There's opportunities in Pakistan and some other places for new DTH, and that's big growth when we talk about media. On the network side, there's two areas we're seeing a lot of opportunities. USO type opportunities, which are universal service obligations. I've just spoken about one in Indonesia. There's a large opportunity in the Philippines, which is being funded by the United Nations Development Program for providing better connectivity to hospitals and schools in the Philippines. So we see that being a big area for providing better connectivity to countries. And we see cellular backhaul being a growth area. So as people move from 3G to 4G and over time to 5G, they need access to more connectivity. Fibre takes time to get there, so satellite can help. I think the last area we're seeing opportunities is what we call mobility, which is aero and ship connectivity. We continue to see airlines in Asia grow. People travel more in Asia, so in-flight connectivity becomes more important. We partner with GoGo, Global Eagle, and others to provide those services in Asia Pacific, and Satcom Direct for private aircraft, where we see a big opportunity. And maritime continues to grow. We partner with KVH. We work with them very closely in Singapore. We support many of their customers. We've announced a new agreement with AP Satcom, which gives us access to the China market. So, really exciting all around, Richard.
And finally, disruptive technologies, LEO constellations. Everybody's talking about them. Everybody wants to launch one. What's your view?
Yeah, look, I think it's a really interesting topic, and we welcome any innovation in the marketplace. We are an original investor in OneWeb, so we believe that there is space for LEO and GEO technology. If you look at the Internet of Things, connectivity of not just people but devices, we're going to need to connect 20 billion devices by 2022, 2023. With all the GEOs up there, we're going to need help with LEOs and any space-based platform, any wireless technology and fibre. We need to work together to solve that communication problem. So we welcome the LEO constellations. Whether they'll all get there, I don't know. Telesat still don't know where their funding's coming from. You've got Starlink that have changed their orbital position from 1,100 kilometres to 500 kilometres, and they're not potentially using intersatellite links anymore. OneWeb seems to be ahead of the game with a simplified network. And then you've got Jeff Bezos talking about a constellation he wants to put up. He needs to find frequency, but it's all very exciting. So I think in summary, we believe that there's space for everyone. We've invested in OneWeb. We see a synergy between a OneWeb Intelsat solution and other technologies that will come.
Well, Terry, exciting times. Speak to you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.